Aries Risings for November 2020. This is a month of choosing between love or work, or at least a new game plan and how to best navigate that. If you are excited to dive into what the month of November holds in store for you, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. This video is also brought to you by my very own Astrology Academy, which is my foundational astrology course. This course is a comprehensive deep dive into the foundations of Western astrology. This includes history, philosophy, technical concepts, counseling considerations, and a step-by-step guide to reading a chart. I am so proud to finally be releasing this and have this open for enrollment for you all. I've already had several students run through and complete it in the past several weeks, and it's been a real joy to see people go from confused or misinformed into reading charts and going on this path informed and confident. So if you were interested in that, check that out down below. As well, I have free hour-long webinars that get you to start learning astrology if you're dipping your toe in or unsure about what astrology even means. Check out those free webinars down below. Everything is in the description. And if you have not already seen the November collective forecast that will be going out shortly after these, you can check that out and it will be linked down below as soon as it is ready. So if you are seeing this, maybe the November forecast is already out, the video will be down below. I always release it like a day or two after these individual forecasts. So if it's not out and you're here early, check back and check out the entire month of November ahead for the collective. Hi, I'm Maren. I am a professional astrologer, author, and philosophy student. I combine traditional Hellenistic astrological techniques with modern psychological counseling dynamics in order to provide grounded guidance. So we start out on the 1st with the Sun in Scorpio opposite Uranus and Taurus, and this is happening between your 2nd and 8th houses. So there's might be some shocking financial decisions that you make this month that could have a backlash from anyone that you share money with. So be wary, don't necessarily avoid making whatever purchases you need, but do be aware that there could be some backlash upon making those purchases early on in the month. On the 1st through the 7th, Mercury will also be retrograde in Libra, squaring Saturn in Capricorn, between your 7th and 10th houses. And this is really where the beginning of the month starts off with wanting to hold harmony in your love world, and there being some demands in your career that could make that difficult. So be wary about not doing anything or even being a bit glossy about the details you share with a loved one. You want to be upfront, you want to deal with the situation at hand. And as well, there is a new video out on the Mercury retrograde survival guide for this Mercury retrograde. If you want to check that out down below, full video on that. From the 6th through the 19th, Jupiter will be conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. This is not a new aspect. This is a year-long, but it is going exact right now. This is about the expansion of mortality, expansion of crisis, the awareness of fate, and the awareness of consequences happening in your Capricorn 10th house. So the drama of the career life that you're going through right now is hitting a pinnacle, so to speak, at the beginning of the month. On the 9th, Venus in Libra will be opposing Mars in Aries. And Venus is direct and Mars is retrograde, so they only cross in this exact alignment on this 9th, which really does go to show that the 9th, watch out during this day, because this is between your 1st house, 7th house, possibly you doing something that breaks things off or makes something very clear in your relationships moving forward, that someone else might be kind of like just holding out and people pleasing, and you're like, no, I'm going to make myself known, I'm rethinking this, and you're definitely making a statement in relationships in the middle of the month. I have a full video on this Mars and Aries transit down below that I would highly recommend that you watch if you have not already, because you, as an Aries rising, you know what's happening, and you might want to get some astrological perspective on that. On the 15th, there's a new moon in Scorpio happening in your 8th house, and there's a full video on this new moon in Scorpio linked down below, but this is a new beginning in your house of shared finances, but it is a delusional or paranoid new beginning. So there might be some financial shifts in the beginning of the month that do lead you to not be so sure where you stand with someone that you are connected to. This could also be any deep relational bonds if you share a lot of resources with someone. So do watch out by this new moon for beginning on something that isn't based in reality. On the 15th through the 19th, Venus and Libra will be squaring Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in Capricorn between your 7th and 10th houses. The turmoil between love and career is only picking up, and I think it's reaching a breaking point of knowing what you need to do but may not have said yet by the middle of the month. So this might be the time when it's really tense and you're gearing up to make that statement known. On the 21st, the sun is entering your Sagittarius 9th house. So from the 21st into December, there's a newfound focus on larger, more philosophical, more long-term, expansive topics in your life, that you're moving out of possibly thinking about the darker things that you share with others and more about the lighter things that you see yourself embarking on in the future. On the 27th, Venus and Scorpio in your 8th house is opposing Uranus and Taurus in your 2nd house. So this is definitely, again, a partner or yourself doing something very sudden and erratic with finances that then impacts the other person and could lead to some discord. So be careful about the financial decisions and the awareness around that is happening by the end of the month. We then end on the 30th with a lunar eclipse in your Gemini 3rd house. I have a full video on this lunar eclipse linked down below, but this is a long-term ending over the next 6 months in your 3rd house of communication and short-term travel and siblings. It could be a routine that you once held drawing to a close. This is not something that I would recommend, starting anything under, because you will know what is happening, that the collective will be swept up in it. So this month, what you're getting to the bottom of is navigating love versus your career and how you can best articulate the dynamics that are honest and aligned with you amidst that. And now you are asserting yourself in a way that aligns with you. How are you expecting this November to show up in your life? If you already know about some possible events, tell me in a comment down below. I would be interested to hear. So let's look at what the tarot cards have in store for you. We have the Magician, and the Magician is the card of Mercury. It's about using the mind and the intellect to make the best sense of things. So this month for you, even though it is around love, is asking you to use the intellect and to get your head on your shoulders, your feet on the ground, and make the most logical, direct decisions that you can. Now let's pull an Amio card. This is a new deck. It's an Amio deck. It is an astrology deck. So let's see what astrology concept is coming up for you as an Aries rising. We have Pisces, connect to your intuition, to your imaginary world. So with Pisces, and Pisces being your natal 12th house, that further reiterates themes of, that's interesting that both the Magician and the intellect in Pisces, which is much more intuitive and emotional, would come up. But maybe it's you seeing that both sides are necessary. You have to honor what is logical, and you have to honor what intuition is coming up for you as well. And perhaps those things are not paradoxical, but rather aligned. That wherever your intellect is leading you is also where your intuition is leading you, and the most logical, direct choices are what's making the most sense to your intuition as well. If you did enjoy this and you would like to check out the Astrology Academy or any of my other course offerings, everything will be down below. As well, leave me a comment telling me what you're expecting and what you're excited about this month for you for November. Otherwise, like, subscribe, do all the things. Sending so much love, and I will see you in the next one.
There is one